I was hoping to get a word with the driver of the 78, and it was Pierre-Yves Pack, who doesn't speak English, but he would have been able to give us an explanation in French. And I know that Nick Damon does speak French, doesn't he? In fact, if you, I'll go and see if I can find him, and he will give us a word in French and explain what happened, whether it was cause or effect. So talk amongst yourselves for now.
Well, what I would say is, with the place in which that car found itself, his only way out from where was to reverse out into the exit zone from turn one. What would you do in that situation? Risk losing time, having the car recovered, or risk reversing into traffic? I think he made a smart move there.
Yeah, you're better to stay off the racing line and not trouble everybody else, not trouble the rear wing and engine of a Porsche. The last thing you want to be doing is reversing into other people in order to extract yourself from its place of rest. Joe?
Yeah, guys, Pierre-Yves Pack, who's just coming to the front of the garage to tell us exactly what happened. The damage on the front of the car is quite evident, smashed pieces of bodywork lying around. Pierre-Yves Pack, can you explain, in French of course, what exactly happened?
J'étais dans la ligne droite, j'étais un peu plus rapide qu'une voiture. J'arrive, je la dépasse et au freinage, j'étais légèrement devant. Je suis passé et il m'a accroché et donc je suis parti en tête à queue et j'ai repris le rail de face.
I think I got the gist of that there was contact and the car went into the wall. The car will be repaired for tomorrow?
Oui, bien sûr, le car sera en ordre pour demain. On vérifie le radiateur, c'est rien de spécial, mais il n'y a pas de gros dégâts, donc demain on sera là.
Merci beaucoup, Pierre. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you, Joe. Great work. And you're missing a fabulous battle out on track. The Lamborghini's now gone straight on at turn number one. This is the rain intervening, and it is starting to pound down quite a lot, this precipitation. The Porsche all over the place, heading through the old corner at Worth, which is the second of the left-handers on the infield, if you like. Lamborghini took advantage, had to thread the eye of the needle, though, with the Porsche to its left and the GP Extreme Renault to its right. GP Extreme not on the same lap as these cars, bear in mind. This was the moment, totally sideways there for Alfred Renauer, and look at this gap, which was just getting smaller and smaller. It was the B2F car, in fact, which kind of just thought, oh blimey, I need to get out of the way here because there's a Lamborghini coming through. Rolf Eichen still fully lit coming through there. And bear in mind, we're into the last 2 minutes now. You just need to finish on the lead lap, chaps.
It's pouring down now.
It is
pouring down. We've got just over 60 seconds to go to the end of this section of the race. Keep it on the island, boys.
Eyes absolutely everywhere necessary here, because the battle at the lead of the race is fascinating with the changeable weather, but we're also seeing how many A6 AM cars can finish on the lead lap as well. So gingerly through that left-hander go the race leaders, and I think maybe both drivers, Rolf Eichen and Alfred Renauer, have maybe perhaps just wound things back a little bit, although Alfred is still scrapping away with the GP Extreme car. Bassam Cromfley, I don't think expected to be on the same level as the two leaders, but he's enjoying himself, and he's staying with both the Huracan and the Porsche. 26 seconds left on the clock, so we're going to go round one more time today, chaps. This is not a time to throw it into the scenery.
Now, this is also critical, not just for this battle, with the, quite correctly, slippery surface flags being shown, but also for those A6 AM drivers, and keep an eye on what the lap times are looking like for those guys and girls. And the answer is pretty stable across them, but they're going to have to tippy-toe. Clock is at 0. Last lap is being shown now, and cars coming through at much reduced speed, as quite rightly they should.
Bassam Cromfley was all over the place as he left turn one, but the GP Extreme car vaguely pointing still in the right direction and sticking with Alfred Renauer in the Porsche.
Delighted to say, by the way, that the local weather experts here in Austria are no better than local weather experts back at home.
Yes. Who was it that said to us, it is definitely not going to rain
Definitely
here
not
today?
going to rain. Definitely not going to rain.
Yes, we need not say any more.
No.
Now, cars across the line, 3 abreast, almost in a formation finish. Well, there's still another lap to go. It's going to be 4 abreast up towards turn 1 as the Besseplast Audi sticks a lap on about 3 cars all at once. How much grip is at that first left-hander coming out of Rauch corner? Rauch successfully negotiated. Now these 2 left-handers, they're heading in a moment or two to first Alpina corner. And the pace of Chantal Kroll, 2 minutes 3 that time around. That might mean that she's lost the
She has.
lead lap. She has lost the lead lap, so that all of a sudden puts a full lap between her, the Hoffa Racing Mercedes, and Christoph Lentz as the race leaders come through Rindt Corner for the final time today, ahead of 8.5 further hours of racing tomorrow. But the first part of the 12 hours of Red Bull Ring will be won by GRT Grasser Racing Team from down the road at Nittelfelt, one junction further down the motorway. 1.5 seconds is the gap back to Alfred Renauer. Those two cars will start on the front row tomorrow from Josef Kroll, who has stayed on the lead lap.